We often say algebra is a foreign language, just like any other language, and algebra has its own symbols. For example, in English words, we say add or plus or sum or total or more than or increase. We can often use the plus symbol and to represent them. And of course, subtraction, minus, difference, less than, less, or decrease, we can use a minus sign. For multiplication, what sometimes we say, I have 3 times as many as you have, so times, or sometimes we say product. And these two, if you don't know, product also means multiplication, so we should remember that. And the other thing that also means multiplication is the word of. And for example, if we say, a lot of times it's involving a portion or a fraction. So for example, we say 2/3 of 6, and this of means multiplication. So we do 2/3 times 6. All right, for division, of course, when we see the word divide, that means division. And also the word quotient also means division. Okay, so the ones highlighted, if you never heard of them, make sure you remember these. So next we're going to look at these examples. So when we're given an English sentence or phrase, we want you to convert those to mathematical symbols. Okay, so let's look at the first one. 4 more than x. So be careful, it's not a 4 is more than x or 4 is larger than x. So we're not using the inequality symbol here. So what we mean is we have a number which is 4 more than x. So what is our number? And when this is literally like doing a translation from English words to mathematical symbols. So we're gonna say, let's say, because the number we have is 4 more than x, which means it's gonna be bigger than x. So that means we have to use addition. So whenever you see word more than, we're gonna do addition. And so we how much more? So we add a 4. We add a 4 to x. Just think of, if x confuses you, and you think, let's say, if I have $2, let's say x is 2, and you have $4 more than what I have, which is $2, and how much money do you have? Now, apparently, because you have more than $2, 4 more than $2, so you're going to add a 4 to start from the money I have, $2, because you have 4 more. So on top of 2, you're going to have to add a 4. So that's whenever you hear 4 more than, you're going to be doing adding a 4 to whatever that is. So even if I have $3, you're going to be adding 4 to $3. So how much money I have really doesn't matter. And whether it's 2 or 3 or 4 or even it's x, we always add a 4 to it. So this is what's important here, adding a 4 to whatever this x is. So that's 4 more than x. Now, what if it's less than? And in the first case, if you say, can I put it as 4 plus x? Yes, you can, because we know 2 plus 4 is equal to 4 plus 2. It has a for addition, we have a commutative property, which means you can switch the numbers. So even if one of them is a variable, x plus 4, and it's going to be the same as 4 plus x if you have to switch them. But the next one, what if it's less than? Now, in the less than case, so you say if I have $9 and you have $5 less than $9, that means you have to take away, because you have less money. That means you got to take 5 away from $9. So the order doesn't matter here. So we have to start from the money I have, which is $9, and deduct $5. So if I have, of course, if I have $10, you're going to deduct 5 from 10. So how much money I have doesn't really matter. What matters is what operation you're going to do. You're going to deduct $5 from the money I have. So even if it's y, you're going to deduct $5 from the money I have, which is y, which is represented by y. Again, what's y? Y is a mystery number, maybe whatever the amount in my wallet. So you will, if you have $5 less, you're gonna have to deduct 5 from y. So the answer would be y minus 5. In this case, we cannot switch y and 5 because let's say if I have $9, you have $5 less, we know you have $4 because we deduct 5 from 9. But if you switch 5 and 9, say, can I do 5 minus 9? No, because you're going to get negative 5, which is not correct because you do have $4. If I have 9, then you have 4, you have $5 less. And it doesn't make sense if you say you owe $4. You actually have $4 in your wallet. So for that, the reason we cannot switch them here, but we could switch them for number 1, it's because 2 plus 4 equals 4 plus 2. For addition, we have this commutative property. We can switch them, but it doesn't work for subtraction. Apparently, 9 minus 5 and 5 minus 9, they give us different answers, and they are opposite of each other. So subtraction doesn't really have this property. That's why we cannot switch them anymore. And be very careful. So it's not a 5 minus y, it's actually y minus 5. So we have to start from y and deduct 5 from y. And this is a little confusing here. So when we get rid of the word then, 5 less, and the word less means minus. So in this case, we actually follow the order. We're going to start with the 5, and the less means deduct or minus y. So don't get confused by less than and the less. And number 4, quotient means division. So we just follow the order. We take 9 and then divide by x. Since division have many symbols, you could use the little fraction form. If you want to use the symbol, you can. Or even you can use a slash. Now, number 5, 2 times the quantity, x plus y. So first we write down 2, and then we write down times. The times, you can put a dot here, or you don't have to do anything. The quantity, what's the quantity? Which gives us, which is given here after the comma. So it's x plus y. So we're going to, plus means the plus symbol here, so we get x plus y. But since 2 times the answer of x plus y, which means we have to add x and y first, and in order to have a higher priority, we have to put the parentheses for x plus y. Because if we don't, we know following the order of operation, we have the multiplication has higher priority. So you will be doing 2 times x, and you're done, then you're adding y to it. But that's not what this question means. This question wants us to do 2 times, which means doubling the answer of x plus y. So which means we have to do this first. Step 1, we have to do addition. And then step 2, we do multiplication. In order to make sure we do addition first, we have to put parentheses around them. That way, because parentheses have higher priority than multiplication, so we will do this first, which is what the question wants us to do. Now, 2 times x plus y. Notice that we didn't say 2 times the quantity x plus y. So if I get rid of the quantity, and you will just be following the order. So 2 will be 2, times will be times, x will be x, and the plus will be plus, and y will be y. So if you put them closer, it's 2x plus y, and the dot can be omitted. Get rid of this. Okay, so with the word quantity and without it, it's different. So in this case, we will not do addition first, we will do multiplication first, and when we get the answer, and we add y to it. Now let's take a look. I should get rid of this, not to confuse you. So this is the correct answer with the parentheses. The number 7, the product of m times 3. So product means times, means multiplication. So we're just going to put a multiplication sign between m and 3. And if you want to move 3 and put it as 3 times m, that's fine, because just like addition, multiplication also has commutative property. If you think of like 2 times 5 equals 5 times 2, and I'm sorry, 5 times 2, because 2 times 5 is 10. 2 5s are 10, 5 2s are also 10. So addition, multiplication, we can switch the numbers, but not for subtraction and division. Now, A is divided by and A is divided into. So the word by and into make a difference. Divided by literally following the order. So you do A, and divided, you can use one of those three division symbols. So A divided by B. But if A is divided into, which means A goes into B, and you will have to switch then. So it's like how many times A goes into B? Just like how many times, say, 2 goes into 10, you actually do 10 divided by 2. So you're going to have to take B, switch A and B. You do B divided by A, or B slash A, or B divided by A. So again, the some of these are can be a little bit confusing. So a lot of students make mistakes, like less than and less. So they're different. The order is different, as you can see. Less than, you start from y, you deduct 5. But 5 less y means 5 minus y, so you just follow the order. And pay attention to quantity. If they have quantity, that means you have to do what's after this, find this quantity first. So put a parenthesis for that. And divided by and divided into. Divided by, you just follow the order, A first and then B. But divided into, you actually have to start from B and divide by A.